Thank you everyone who's joined in for this webinar. We are very proud to be partners with UOB Kay Hian and participating in their booth at the FinTech Festival. Uh, Today's session, the next 15 minutes, I'll talk to you about how you can trade bonds like equities using the BondEvalue exchange. We are the world's first fractional bond exchange, 100% homegrown, based in Singapore, but able to deal with clients from around the world. What is wrong with the bond market? Let's discuss that. As you can see it from one of the world's largest asset managers, which is HSBC Global Asset Manager, the problem is liquidity. The ability to buy and sell bonds without excessive bid offers is a problem. Bonds are generally not traded on exchanges and are transacted actually. And this combination causes a lot of problems. The trading is done over phone calls. It's archaic, it's opaque, and most importantly, you need a minimum investment of 200,000 US dollars or 250,000 Sing dollars to buy a single bond. They are largely illiquid. If we go back 20, 30 years, we found that the equity markets were similar. They were traded on the floor of the exchange. Price transparency was not there. As people went in and electronified the equity markets, individuals got a lot more confidence and they could really manage their own wealth. Our vision for the bond markets in the 21st century is one where investors can trade bonds on the go using apps like those that you see on your screen without restrictive minimum investments. We are live and trading. We just went live a few months ago with UOB Kay Hian as our initial launch partner. Our business model is business to consumer. That is, we do not directly deal with consumers, but go via banks and brokers. So what is a Bondblox? A Bondblox is a depository receipt of an underlying bond, identical to ADRs that you may be familiar with, which is American depository receipts or global depository receipts. So you take a full bond, you place it with a custodian. Our custodian is one of the largest in the world, which is Northern Trust. All the full bonds are kept with them, cash is kept with them. And on the back of that, you issue $1,000 bond blocks. The beauty of this system is that it is dual fungible. What dual fungible means that anyone can put in, anyone, including an individual, using his UOB account can put in a $200,000 bond and can get $1,000 bond blocks. But anyone can also bring $1,000 bond blocks and get a euro clearable bond. This is how we ensure that the fractional bonds trade at the same price as the bonds in the interbank market. So step one, for an existing bond in secondary market, you custodize, safeguard, point two with a designated custodian, get bond blocks, and then you can buy and sell on those bond blocks. For an individual who wants to buy bonds in $1,000 clips, you can go onto the exchange, see the bid offer, and trade with confidence. We are approved by the MAS. We got our RMO license after spending about a year in the MAS regulatory sandbox. We graduated. We have integrated with Northern Trust. And as you can see, we go and speak to individual investors via our banks and broker friends. UOB Kay Hian is at the top of the list as the initial launch partner. What are some of the advantages? First is best execution. Like any other equity exchange, our bond exchange also operates on a central limit price and time priority protocol, which means it does not matter whether you're a small investor or big investor, your orders are treated fairly and with best execution. Second, we offer only a set of about 50 bonds, so that which are properly curated in consultation with our member participants. You can, by buying bonds in $1,000 denomination, you can diversify your portfolio a lot more than if the bonds had a minimum denom of 200,000 like today. It's convenience, it's seamlessly integrated, and you get instant access as well as instant settlement. For those of you who have experience in buying bonds, you know that bonds today take 2 days to settle and have complications like counterparty risk. We are trusted, approved by the MAS, and we only partner with licensed financial institutions. Okay. Bondblox redefines your access and your benefits. All investors can get the all-to-all anonymous trading. Whether it's an individual or an institution, you get the best price. It has electronic interface. You can self-direct your trades, or you can allow your bank or broker to direct your trades. You observe the prices. You can see it on the UTrade platform, and there are no hidden fees embedded in these trades. We as an exchange do not act as principal counterparty, and we neither buy or sell. We only operate the exchange in a manner, once again, similar to equity exchanges. You get the best execution benefit, you get a familiar trading benefit, and if you sell a bond, you can remove the cash from the account instantly. Next slide is, you can see a quote from Mr. Wilhelm Lee, who's the senior ED for UOB Kay Hian, and our launch partners. Our legal counsels are Linklaters, our auditors are PwC, and we are also a founding member of the Singapore FinTech Association. You can see some of our press and industry events. We've been around for about 5 years, and we've got a number of press mentions. We've won a number of awards for what we do, and we also were featured both in the FinTech Nation book that got launched yesterday, along with Endavas, as well as in the news for being the first production-grade blockchain system in Singapore. You can see a quote on our launch from the Chief FinTech Officer, where he mentions how even in spite of the pandemic, we could go live. A quick note in the last few minutes of the presentation on the types of bonds that come onto the exchange. You can see our initial list of 15 bonds. These are bonds like the UBS, HSBC Perpetual, Olam, Lenovo, Keppel, SoftBank, GLP, Country Garden, Lloyds, etc. Some aggregate numbers. The YTM for these bonds is 3.8%. The average coupon is 5.2%. And by the first quarter of next year, we expect the bond list to go up to about 50 bonds. Once again, we are not advisors, we are an exchange. Please consult your relationship manager or your broker to see which bonds are appropriate for you and buy via them. Why buy Bondblox through UOB Kay Hian? UOB Kay Hian is the Singapore's largest and Asia's largest brokerage. You can trade via UTrade and get trading support from your regular transaction representative. A special offer for SFF is we will offer 0 exchange fees and for a period of 6 months, but please do log into this form, which is www.bondblox.com/forms. If you want to register your interest, you can click on the forms or write into either us, which is bondblox@bondevalue.com, or contact@utrade.com.sg. If you're not a member with UOB, you can become a member with UOB and then access prices and place orders with your trading representatives. I'm very happy to take any questions. With that, I hand it over back to you, Diana.